My name is John Cornwell, and I'm the category manager for the Water and Feed Solutions business unit here at Radio Systems. We manufacture the PetSafe brand, and one of the categories that we've identified to be in are automatic pet feeders. According to the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention, over half of U.S. dogs and cats are obese or overweight. If you look at these statistics globally, it is also a trend that is carrying across internationally as well, especially in Europe. Our automatic feeders, the benefit to them is they provide a pet parent the convenience of automating a food dispensing regimen. Our 2-meal feeder is a basic mechanical timer similar to a kitchen timer, and you can input up to 2 meals over a 48-hour period. You could dispense treats or medication if you so choose. And for consumers with broader needs, we have an automatic 5-meal feeder as well, which dispenses 5 meals over a 24-hour period if you choose, if you have a specialized diet, or you could do 1 meal over 5 days. It really gives you the convenience to do either or. But what we see is the need to maybe have more specialized diets and smaller portions being distributed over the course of the day, and maybe not 1 or 2 large meals being given, and not necessarily the pet having access to food at all time. And so a 5-meal feeder would allow you to do smaller portions more frequently throughout the day to help control the intake of your pet's diet.
I am Dr. Marianne Murphy. I'm a veterinarian and a diplomat of the American College of Veterinary Nutrition here at the University of Tennessee. So I'm a clinical nutritionist that works with cats and dogs at our small animal hospital. Obesity is a big problem that we are dealing with right now. The prevalence of that, we're thinking probably in the area of 40 to 50% at least of the animals in this country, cats and dogs, are overweight or obese. So it's something that we have to deal with constantly.
There was a landmark study that was published a few years ago. 2 groups of dogs, litter mates. One group received a standard diet meant to maintain adequate body weight. The other group was allowed to eat whatever they wanted, and they became obese. And clearly, the number of dogs that got arthritis and the severity of the arthritis was much greater in those that were obese. And these were litter mates, so the genetics was very similar. When you consider that each pound of body weight that the dog is carrying extra, that equates to about 3 to 4 times more force placed on that joint because of the multiplier effect of muscles and so forth, that extra weight acting on an individual joint. The other thing to consider is that fat is an inflammatory organ. We talk about arthritis being part of inflammation. Well, fat actually has a lot of inflammatory mediators that circulate, and in addition to the bloodstream, into the joint. And so it really does make them even more clinical when they're overweight, just from a biochemical standpoint, not even a biomechanical standpoint of carrying that extra weight.
So my name is Jessica, and this is my dog Lily right here. She is a Maltese Shih Tzu mix, more commonly known as a Maltzu. And she's our thicker girl. This is Emmett, and he's not so thick. Lily is a little over a year. She's about 1 year and 4 months old in people years. And we probably started noticing her weight get above what it should be at the beginning of this year, probably about March or April. April is when the vet said something about it. So that is formally when we figured out it was a little too much.
When an owner is feeding a dog or cat, the biggest misconception is how much they're actually feeding. And they'll often tell me as their veterinarian that I'm feeding a cup of food. And when I dig a little bit deeper to find out how much is that cup, they'll often say, well, it's one of those big gulpy cups, or it's a mug or something like that. And what is very, very important is that you shouldn't be using just a a fun cup that you have at your house, it'd be very important to actually measure out how much an 8-ounce cup is. And that can really help your veterinarian clue you in as to how much you're actually feeding your pet. And so when I've asked an owner, how much are you feeding, we come to find out that they're feeding over an actual 8-ounce cup, or, we may think we're feeding 2 cups of their cup, but actually we're feeding 6 cups when you actually measure it into a measuring cup.
My name is Rosalind McKenna. My 2 cats are Lily and Ichigo. Lily is 4 and Ichi is 7. We noticed there was a problem with their weight when we took them to their annual vet check, and she said that Lily was getting a little tubby and that Ichi could stand to lose a few pounds too. When we found out that we had overweight cats, the 3 things we did, we switched them to weight control food. It was nice because it was weight control and hairballs, so that worked for both of them. We got some more toys, like we got the automatic laser toy from Frolic Cat, some other food dispensing toys. Fat cats are motivated by food, so you give them a toy that feeds them as they're playing, and that encourages them to move around and get some more exercise, and then also getting the PetSafe 5-meal feeder so that you can control their portions.
When you're talking about cats, diabetes is something we see quite frequently, and getting the weight off for especially a cat that's early on its diagnosis of diabetes can actually really help you with your insulin regulation, potentially even make it so that you don't have to use insulin in your pet depending on circumstances. But diabetes is a big thing that we deal with cats.
My name is Kim, and I have Molly. She's 4-year-old Chihuahua mix. So I've been using the PetSafe 5-meal feeder for a few weeks now, and I have noticed it is easy to control the portion size of what she gets and when she gets to eat. I have noticed that she has lost some weight. Other people have noticed as well, and have mentioned that she looks like she's lost a little bit of weight, and it's been really easy to use. It was easy to set up, and overall it's been a good experience to try it.
Right now, we are working with the food and the PetSafe 2-meal feeder to get Lily down to 15 pounds. That's our target weight for right now. We'll continue to work with that over the next few weeks with the food we've got and the PetSafe 2-meal feeder. So I'm confident that with the routine we've got going on now, that she will lose the weight that she needs to be a happy girl and be active with her brother. So, current goal, 15 pounds.
Any observation in terms of whether their pet is obese or not, or what type of feeding regimen their pet should be on, should always come from their vet. We hope, and it is our goal, to provide products and solutions that help complement those recommendations as needed to help make those suggestions easier.